Okay, continuing on, I got cut off, but as I was saying, starting from the last video, that he seems to be a combination of all of these people, past and present. He's been present this whole time since the Bush Kerry election up until now. We see Zelensky versus Kadyrov. Um, I believe he's been a witness this whole time to that. Not only that, I believe he may have actual Circassian blood in him, and or Russian, as well as German and French. And this is why I get the feeling he is American, um, an American mutt, as we would say. Um, with these lineages or this heritage, perhaps unbeknownst to him, even. Um, but I really do feel he's an American. I do feel this plate is about America on the side, especially with the plumed serpent, the reference to America, which is land of the plumed serpent, which is America. George Bush, knee deep in oil, blue sky plane, the towers, 11. Of course, 1111 was a famous reference, 9/11, all the 11s in 9/11. Of course, four targets. When you look at the Bush Museum that he has today, it shows the trade towers, bent and crooked uh, steel beams that look like the trade towers, and a big picture of scattered leaping flame, just like what's coming off the top of his head here. It's quite spooky. I do have a video I made on that about 10 years ago. I'm probably going to re-upload it, just for everybody to see. Um, so yeah, anyways, a lot of references here to that time period. Like I said, Terry Schiavo, the Pope's death, the hollow feeding tube, the Pope hanging himself on his own words. Um, this character here, like I said, he seems to be a prisoner. He seems to be a man of the earth or dirt. He's dirty. Uh, yeah, I see him walking. I see the Lesginka, the dance, him marking the ground. Really see him as a man of time or fates, wheel of fate, wheel of time, wheel of destiny. And so our fate or our destiny is not sealed by this image, but what it is stating is that it may be. Um, it very well may be. That's why I keep saying this is a warning, a genocidal warning to the world, as the whole world may be genocided by what becomes these two individuals, Trump versus Putin. Um, yeah. So I noticed when I started flipping these images around, I got kind of a feeling to do this, and I noticed how this kind of makes a missile right here, and of course this would be on the Putin side um, of the image, and so we see kind of a missile standing down here, and then when I flip the other side of the image, I got this image of a missile coming down, slamming down head first. The flames of the missile up here. I should have merged these images a little closer together. It would have, displayed a missile a little bit better, but a representation of large missiles, this would be falling behind Ukraine or outside of Ukraine. This could be very well an indication of Russia firing missiles over the wheel, over Ukraine, beyond Ukraine, say into Europe, or perhaps even the United States. And this very well could represent um, a nuclear missile. I don't know, but I get the feeling it is. This is what I feel in my bones. Um, Of course, a nuclear war with Russia would be a huge genocidal event, no doubt, as billions probably would die. And if not right away, soon enough from the fallout. And from what I understand, researching nuclear war, such as I have my whole life, um, growing up with it, pretty much everything gets burned up. And this ash or soot makes its way up into the upper atmosphere and destroys the ozone layer. And then, of course, if you have no ozone, you have no. Whoops, what am I doing here? If you destroy the ozone, you destroy Earth. There's no plants that are going to grow. There's nothing that's going to grow. And all animal life will die. You literally have to be underground in a city. You couldn't be in a little shelter underground. It's not going to cut it unless you're able to grow food for yourself for the next decade. Underground, you'd have to have a power source and all of that. And I see our government is having these systems in place where people could survive many years underground. They have food production facilities and basically everything you need to survive a worldwide planetary calamity, whether it come from World War III or some other outside event. So certainly these places are not for you and me. They're for them, obviously. And who is them? Well, that's obviously the world's elite and such that, to me, I get the overall feeling that this has all been planned, and that we've been through this before and we're going through it again. And somehow we're supposed to blame ourselves for all the bad things that happen. But I really do believe it's outside forces that are making these bad things happen. These bad choices our leaders make, I think, are being influenced by outside sources, spirits, entities, aliens, whatever you want to call them. I think they've been working on world leaders to make them do bad things, and because I believe these negative entities are evil, and they really want to see us suffer, and I believe that's their drug. That's what they are really after, is our suffering, and so you need to be aware of this. You need to know that not to get mad at mankind. We've been manipulated this whole time. We're essentially prisoners here, as he's showing. If I can get rid of this. Well, anyways, I got to go back to one of the main pictures here. Bring it back up. So I believe maybe this guy is. Well, there's two things that I see that stand out with this guy. One is this crown, and I believe this crown is flying out of his hands. And of course, we have this bell here by his heart. Now, this reminds me of, you see in Catholic symbolism, you'll see the burning heart and you'll see the head often illuminated. Well, one of the secrets in studying chakras and esoteric matters and all of these things that we study in the esoteric field, Hermeticism and so on and so forth, we are all trying to get to eventually what's called enlightenment, or being enlightened, and what does enlightenment mean, etc., etc. Well, I can tell you for sure that the symbolism for enlightenment has always been Now, this has probably been lost over the years, probably lost in the Catholic symbolism, but the heart and the crown chakra, when they merge, this is what's known as the individual becoming enlightened. So when an individual becomes enlightened, what do? They give their crown away. And that's what he's doing here. He's giving his crown away. He begins to enlighten others. And this is what's meant by giving your crown away. As he is an enlightened individual and is now giving his crown away, he's revealing, rolling away, revealing. The seer is seen and is now revealing and enlightening. Okay. Neptune's about secrets. He's given these secrets up. He's revealing these secrets. And I keep getting the name Apokaleo, a seer. That's not his American name. Not sure what that is. Doesn't really matter. But he's the one who sees, and he's the one who reveals, and he's the one who enlightens. So not so much a savior character, but I guess what he's doing is somewhat, I get the feeling he's saving us from another round of imprisonment. I know many of you have not heard, and many of you have heard, that Earth is a prison planet, and that when we die, our souls are tricked to go up and are essentially zapped in an electronic grid where all of our memories are wiped out. Even who we were, we no longer even know our name. And then false memories implanted, and then of course we're sent back down here to Earth to be reborn. Thus continues the cycle. So essentially, from what I understand, is that we are to retain our lifetimes of knowledge and memories. This is what has been taken away from us. We are essentially wiped clean, put back down here on Earth to go through another round of all of that extreme happiness, sadness, suffering, all the ups and downs of humanity, and kept very warlike. And even our IQs may have been stunted to be more warlike, as many scientists have come to the realization that if we were 20 IQ points smarter, that we wouldn't have any wars. So it seems that mankind has been manipulated on all levels, on a physical level, the genetic level, the spiritual level, and this constant mind game that continues to play out over and over and over again, generation after generation. This is the overwhelming feeling I get from this image. It just really jumps out at me. And so this image is, it's a warning that, we might all be dying in this great genocide that happens, but it seems like he wants you to know that don't go up, right? Don't fall for the trap again. Don't blame humanity. Like the end of the Planet of the Apes, when he seen the Statue of Liberty, how he blamed mankind. You damn fools, you did it. You blew it all up. I have the feeling that this is what the evil wants us to feel. Don't buy into it. And with that, I'll let you go.